Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in now. Seen this, some of y'all sent this here to me, and then my wife just sent it to me. But so I was like, well, nah, my wife sent it to me. Now I definitely need to look into it a little bit. But I saw that. Let me text my wife right now. But wanting to touch on this and just really the lessons from it, not about just like them, but just in modern society, everyday life and things of that nature. They are celebrities. First foremost, remember to mark your calendar after if you natural and you're not buying weave on Black Friday, or you don't wear too much makeup or lashes, take that website right there, TonyGassonAcademy.com. Lock that in, go to your calendar on your phone and put Black Friday sale November 29th, 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern. The courses, I'm gonna be sitting on the computer at 9:55, unlocking the courses, so they'll be available. So if you at 9:55, you might see when it's available. But 10 a.m., that's when it start, and it'll go 10 a.m. to midnight Eastern. So that's Florida time now, Eastern. So that's 7 a.m. California to 9 p.m. California. So you in California now, sit your behind down. Now, Saturday is Cybers. No, that's Small Business Saturday. I'm a small business. So it'll go up a little bit, but it'll still be at affordable price. But be there Friday. Be there Friday, grab that. TonyGasAcademy.com. And filming the courses, 7 new courses. I'm gonna switch out one of them, the fortitude. I think it's mental fortitude. I'm gonna switch that out for moms raising boys, because I've been getting a lot of questions from women about raising boys, and I'm gonna just give you some insight from me having 2 boys. Even though I'm a dad, I still struggle raising my boys. So I couldn't imagine being a single mom raising boys. So we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you some tips and tools and strategies that I use that have helped my sons become straight A students and not many behavior incidents at all. And then also good athletes, and 17-year-old almost out the house. So I'm just share what I've learned, not to say that I'm an expert or anything. So just lock in on that Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And also, make sure, no, you ain't got to do that. Just lock on in Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Now, with this right here, when you look at Jonathan Majors and Meagan Good, first and foremost, I'm going to say I love love. I love love. I was critical of Meagan Good for jumping right in there and being with Jonathan when he was going through that case. But I get it. That's a woman's love. That's how a lot of women are. I don't think Meagan Good would have been the only one. I feel like almost any woman that he ended up being with or shooting his shot at would have done the same thing. And so it is what it is. But what they represent, I want to see that happen more in real life. Like, and when I say real life, I mean outside of Hollywood. Because see, Jonathan Majors, it's black men who look like him who may not play sports. They may not, like the black men who look like him. I don't know how tall he is. He looked muscular though. But so that body type is like a boxer or like a NFL player. If you get to be a pro boxer or a pro NFL or NFL player, then you can have any woman that you want. But if you just built like Jonathan Majors as an everyday man and you're not rich, we know a lot of those guys. A lot of those guys don't have a woman as societally pretty as Meagan Good. Now, me personally, just me personally, I know Meagan Good is seen as like a sex symbol and beautiful and all of that. So I'm not speaking from personal, because it's not something like her look isn't necessarily for my type of look, like what I would be out here chasing at this stage. When I was a little boy and she was on My Brother and Me, I was like had a crush on her back then. But as a grown man, I look at women differently. And so if I were a single man, I would think she was pretty and all that, but everybody has their own style, you know, their own taste. And you obviously her, well, she was with Devon Franklin, which he has a, you know, like a everyday type of look. So it looks like what she's saying is, and I think they were saying back in the day she might have dated 50 Cent or whoever. So she kind of like may not have like a particular type. But because she is an actress, she is seen as a sex symbol to a lot of men. But there are a lot of black women who have, you know, equally as pretty in their own right. They may be lighter, they may be darker, they may be a little more meat on their bones, a little less meat on their bones, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But what I would like to see in real life is like that type of combination more often, where you have a guy who, like, you have a guy who is interesting, you know, just in the way that he dresses. Now, the picture I seen that this entertainment tonight, I think he had on a cool little suit. Like, he had on a cool suit. I don't really see him too often in a normal outfit. Typically when I see him, it's like he channeling the just got freed outfits, you know, like the way back in the day, like the Nate Parker 12 Years a Slave outfits. And I don't know why he dressed like that, but maybe it's because he's rich, that he kind of want to feel more regular and down to earth, like how Kanye West is rich and he dressed like he just got, Kanye West dressed like he just ran away. Jonathan Majors dressed like he got his legal freed papers. And so with a brother like that right there, and he even keep the strong hairstyle too, which I respect that he not trying to relax his hair and put all kind of stuff in it. He keep the strong, you know, real hair. And so he just a very authentic brother. And he's confident and he comfortable in his own skin. And a lot of times those brothers in everyday life get overlooked. Like, if you seen a man, and let's just be all the way honest. A lot of people don't want to be honest. A lot of people do not want to be honest. If you seen a man who is not a multimillionaire with a Jonathan Majors outfit on, you is not giving that man a chance. You are not giving that man a chance. If a man is dressed like 12 Years a Slave, you are not giving him a chance. And that's what I want to see more in real life. I want to see them brothers who dress like Jonathan Majors in real life, like in non-Hollywood, non-millionaire, be able to get a woman who look like Meagan Good. Instead of having to go get, like, brothers who dress like Jonathan Majors have to get one of the Caucasian women off a 600-pound life. And I'm not trying to bash nobody. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to tell you, typically when we see a man in real everyday life with them Jonathan Majors jeans on, with them steel toe 15-year-old boots on, and with that cotton, with that wool button down overcoat on, he have a white woman that is 600 pounds, and they be in a 12-year-old Caravan with had the paint be off of the door, to where the whole thing be blue, and then they got that one red door, and they'll have 4 or 5 little mixed kids, and they get out. That's typically how that match. You don't get to dress like Jonathan Majors in the real world and get, you know, Meagan Good look-alike. It just does not happen, and that's what I want to see. So I'm happy for them because that's representation. And we need to see more people connecting at the heart level. Because typically you see a woman who looked like Meagan Good with a man who looked like Devon Franklin. That's the typical ideal magazine look. And listen, y'all stay out the comment. Oh, Jonathan Major's sexy. But you just hating. Jonathan Major's sexy. Y'all little weak looking men. Jonathan Major, Tony, you disrespectful talking about he looked like 12 years a slave. That's disrespectful. Listen, I'm just looking at real life, real world. I am not picking on the man. Because the thing about it is, you know, if we was back in slavery, he was the prize. If I was up there, they'd be like, Ruckus, you don't want to just keep him? Give me that biggin over there. What you gonna let that one go for? What's his name, Jonathan? Hey, Jonathan, get your big such and such up there. What you gonna, Ruckus? This is what I want. You keep that little runt, Tony. I don't want that. And so he was the prize. And to be honest with you, he represents strength. I'm gonna tell you, as a man, listen, I don't want no smoke with Jonathan Major. I still have to speak the truth. But if I mess around and see Jonathan Major, hey, your name Tony Gaskins? Tony, I'm gonna be like Peter when Peter was denying Jesus. Tony, bro, is everything wrong with you? Why you just gonna come out and say, am I Tony Gaskins? No, I'm not Tony Gaskins. What? Gaska? What are you talking about, sir? Absolutely not. That's not my name. And sir, have you some manners and don't just walk up accusing people of being somebody else. Listen, if I see Jonathan Major, I don't want no smoke. And if he say, yes, that is you, I know that's you. Come here, I got a word for you. Listen. Oh, you hear me? So I want you to understand. I just have to address the truth and be honest with you of that's what, and this is what I try to tell women. This is what creates, this is a part of what created the red pill. Because men who have their own style and they just true to themselves, they confident in their own skin, they not trying to dress like South Beach, Miami, or Miami Vice, they not trying to dress like the Brooklyn tough guys. They not trying to dress like the LA pretty boys. They just themselves. They got on some Wranglers. They got them old rusty boots on. They got, you know, just something like that. Like they got something going on like that right there. Those guys, most often, they get overlooked. But then when they get a bag and they all in Marvel and DC comics, now they get this old fit, ab having woman, all kind of jawbone, all kind of chin structure. Now they get a woman like that. And that right there is just what disturbs me. Like, we need more of those type of genuine connections. Because honestly, her and Devon Franklin got a divorce. And now her and Jonathan Majors, they look like they truly in love. But, you know, me being a man, I could never really, you never really could say with a man. Only time will tell. Will they stay together forever? Like Denzel and what's her name? Denzel and his wife. I don't forget his name. His wife's name. Maybe it's Paula Washington or somebody. Or like Magic Johnson and his wife Cookie. I think that's her name. Will they stay together like that? We hope. We need that. We need that. We need black love. Jonathan, Meagan, y'all give me a call. You start to go through, y'all give me a call. And yes, I know I done talked about you and all of that, but at least you know I'm real. At least you know I'm authentic. At least you know I'm not one of these Hollywood fakes that just come on here and just play around and just say whatever because they don't want to offend you. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just speaking the truth and just calling a spade, just calling what it is. And I know a lot of people don't like to speak the truth and be all the way honest, but I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. And if I had a conversation with Jonathan, I would tell him, I was like, nah, man, brother, look, nah, you have some interesting outfits. Now, what really inspired them outfits? Because, it's it take a lot of confidence to wear them outfits. Like, I'll be scared to wear them outfits in this day and age, because I'll be thinking somebody, a white man finna call me the N-word. Come here, N. Man, you remind me of the days, man. What's up, brother, man? N? I'll be scared a man finna call me the N-word with them wide leg pants on, them wide leg Wranglers on, and them dusty boots. But that brother confident. And now Meagan, God bless him. God bless him. I'm praying this one work out for Meagan. And one thing I love about what she's doing, and what I want to encourage every woman to do, is to heal and keep going. Like, heal and keep going. She is what society calls a hopeless romantic. And I love that, for her and about her. And because you can't see no trauma on her. You don't see no pain. Like, you wouldn't even know she ever was married to somebody else the way she be cheesing with John. And the way Jonathan was up there snotting on that stage when he accepted that award, and he was up there with all that snot, and he looking out there, and they just crying at each other. And they crying, and they just, to be honest with you, me being a matchmaker and a professional celebrity matchmaker who got to scour the face of the earth for a match for my clients, and me, y'all don't email me about that matchmaker. Them celebrities paid $20,000. So y'all don't email me about that. Tony, I don't wonder you could do matchmaking. How much is $100? No, it's not no $100 a month. Absolutely not. So don't email me about that. And me seeing looks compatibility and have to study looks compatibility, John and Meagan is what I try to create. That's what I try to get people to understand, because oftentimes it's the opposites that attract. Like, if you just thought just based on like just body type, looks, or whatever, like just naturally thinking you would put somebody strong and muscular like John with a woman that's like a WNBA player. Like somebody that, one of them women got a little more shoulder, a little more height, a little more meat on the bone. You really wouldn't put him with a woman that looked like he could do like this with and snap like a toothpick. You really wouldn't think about that. But that's what I try to, oftentimes that is what attract each other. It's like Veen Rames and AJ Johnson in Baby Boy. You seen how Veen was able to pick her up and put her on that wall and just get them old face full. That's the opposites attract. Here go this little old woman, and then he got this big old strong man. And so that's Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. But a lot of times it's like we try to go for our twin and be hollering about a twin flame. Or we try to go for somebody that's, our same height, same type of build, same complexion, something like that. Now, one thing I don't really always recommend is getting somebody in your same industry. They're both actors. And so Meagan Good finna have to be getting tongued down. And then Jonathan Majors finna have to be tonguing somebody down. And that's just gonna be awkward. And so them relationships in the arts, they typically don't last. You notice Denzel Washington's wife is not an actress. The ones that last, a lot of times they wife, that their other half don't do what they do. And a lot of times the ones who both do it, they be tumultuous, in and out in the same industry, like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. He always be arguing on the red carpet, arguing. He fire hot, going off, and she looking at him like he crazy, and then they be breaking up, and she be with somebody else and bite with him, then with somebody else and bite with him. A lot of times when you try to get with somebody of your same industry, you end up stacking on top of each other. It's like the same puzzle piece. You can't fit around each other. You be on top of each other. So it could be a on-set affair that break up a couple like Jonathan and Meagan. But I also could see that Jonathan, he has. I love the fact that he tried to keep his identity and he tried to keep his confidence, but you could see the pain in his eyes. You could see that he didn't had a struggle. But I feel like that's why they connect, because you could see Meagan, that she's overcome things in life. And so when somebody can relate to your trauma and they can relate to your pain, you connect on a different level. And I think that's was one of the things to where, like with Devon Franklin and Meagan Good, it maybe wasn't as much of a fit because they probably couldn't relate as much. And she was more so like the sinner that became a saint. And then Devon, we really just didn't know much about his past, or not to say that he doesn't have a story. We just didn't know much about what he went through or what have you, and how they didn't work and why they didn't work. It just kind of, you really don't understand it. But now Devon is with another, they saying he with another version, like another version of Meagan Good, like a little thicker version, like, a little more meat on the bones, look like the trainer. And but it just looked like the other side of the same coin to me, versus like going and getting with, a business suit wearing CEO at Google or something. He go and get another, what you call it, pretty hot and tempting or something like that, or like another one of these refined city girl looks. It's like it just just a little too much sex appeal. Like, you want a little bit. If you're a pastor, I feel like you should go for more of the girl next door look versus the slit all the way up past the hip and you don't see no panties, no draws. Like, versus for going for that type of woman, you would think you get with a woman that cover up a little more. So again, that could be lust led. And I think Jonathan gonna love Meagan down, and I think she gonna love him down, and I feel like they can last. I because she jumped right out there. And the other thing about this, and I want you to relate this to everyday life too, that we have to think about is sometimes we get in an unlikely situation and we get recognition and people see us in the city. You might be in your city, you might be on Facebook, and people see you in this relationship with this person, and you might get some feedback, like people like, why you got with that man? He just got out of prison. And you like, you know what? You're right. That don't make sense. So why you dating that man and he locked up? Or why you got with that woman and she just got off the pole? Or she got 3 baby daddies, or why are you doing that? And you like, you know what? You're right. That maybe that don't make sense. But then because you get this negative feedback and you got so-called haters, when there's people just calling a spade, people just saying what they see, but we immediately call them, everybody is a hater. And so then when everybody become a hater, sometimes we could force the issue and we can remain in a situation out of ego and pride, and we want to prove everybody wrong. I'm gonna show you. You think I'm doing this because of this or this. I'm gonna show you we gonna work. And some people literally will get together and they will stay together for a decade, just out of trying to prove everybody wrong. And that's my hope that you don't do. Like, don't do that. Like, if your mama telling you no, your sister telling you no, your brother telling you no, your friend telling you no, like, let it go. Like, everybody ain't blind. Like, everybody not hating. Somebody telling you the truth. And so that's what I pull from the lesson, or pull from the imagery, the representation of Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors is, I'm hoping that she not going forward with it to prove the naysayers wrong, for, all the people that said she shouldn't have been so front facing and so out there with him arm in arm when he was facing those domestic violence charges. And I think he got, found guilty of some of it and not guilty of some of it or something. I can't really remember, but a lot of people was giving including myself, was like, hey, like, you could be there, but don't let that man use you for media, and like have you out there gallivanting with him when he facing these allegations, even if they not true, it just don't let your good be evil spoken of. Like, and if he really care for you, he shouldn't have you standing arm in arm with him. Like, no, you got with this woman that you met on set. It turned for the worse. Face it by yourself as a man. Meagan wasn't there with you having threesome with the woman. She wasn't there with you in a relationship unless that's who you got caught texting. But and that could have been the situation. But if that wasn't the situation, then, and even if it was the situation, as a man, no, you stand 10 toes down. You gone in the trenches as a man. Like, you don't take your woman to the front line of war. Like, when you going through spiritual warfare and you got to go to war, you got to go. Like, she supposed to be behind you praying for you. You don't put her arm in arm, say, hey, come to the front line and catch these strays. Come to the front line and catch these darts, catch these bullets with me. No, you supposed to put her behind you. They can't see her. Everything, all the arrows, everything got to go through you. You don't put her out there on the front line with you. And I just don't think that was a manly move to have her out there like that, when, she ain't do nothing to get in that situation, unless that was a telltale sign of something deeper that we didn't know about. But even if it was, it's still like, face your consequences, because you shouldn't even been in the allegations. You shouldn't even been dating somebody you was working with. Shouldn't even got into that. Shouldn't even went that far. Shouldn't have been nowhere near that for that to even happen. And then here you is with this white woman. I know she could have been whatever she was, Egyptian, Australian, whoever, whatever. I just call it white, because that skin color, I just call you white. So, and then you up there with that type of woman and you want to holler about Coretta Scott King. Coretta Scott King and all of this right here. Okay, you need a woman that look like Coretta then. You can't want this woman to be your Coretta Scott King and she of a lighter hue. She of that kind of hue. She don't know the Coretta struggle. She can't do that. She don't understand that. She ain't got enough melanin to understand what Coretta went through. What is you talking about, John? And so that's the thing. So now he truly found his Coretta. Because one thing about Meagan is, what Meagan remind me of is like the hypergamy women. She remind me of like the temptress, the seductive woman who can get a man to fall into her grasp, fall into her lap, munch up, fall in love, and that she look like the type of woman that she just want a covering. She wants to rest in her feminine, and she want a masculine man right there beside her front line. And just like she want to be, she look like the type, like, yeah, she want to chase her dream, chase her passion, but it's like she want to be covered, she want to be taken care of, she want to be up under a man, she want to be in love, she want to have, but she don't want no broke man. Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with her Kanye West, so it's one of them things to where, cause she could have pulled who that was that J-Lo that was with the dancer, or was that and that Giselle Bundchen who got with a martial arts teacher and all of that. So it's like she could have went that route and got a man that was like behind the scenes, ain't really got no whole lot of money. She pretty much got to fund his lifestyle and all of that right there. But one thing about John, when he beat this, because of that build, there's not a lot of black men who know how to act, who built like John. So as soon as they get past the cancel culture stuff and he get back into his Marvel and DC comics and all that, that brother gonna be making $20 million a film. If he ain't already doing that, he finna be making $20 million a film, how Denzel and Will Smith was. So Meagan, just because of her type of acting and because of her being typecast and because of her being in Tyler Perry movies, the hope and prayers that she can break into some other type of roles and stuff and do some bigger roles, more serious roles and things of that nature. But if her stuff went the other way and John get past these allegations, then she will have one of them hypergamy hypergamy situations where she got the money man and she's supporting him. I don't think she'll ever stop acting. She'll always get some kind of gig. We just will hope and pray that it go box office versus Tubi. But you just could never tell because that acting is not easy, of course. And I think she was saying like she wasn't classically trained or something like that. I can't remember how she got her first role or whatever. And so sometimes if you really don't have what they looking for, then they go other routes, and they have them folks that's really acting they behind off. Because even though Tyler Perry be writing nursery rhyme movies, y'all said, I didn't get to watch what was it? Was it Divorce in the Black or something like that? I didn't get to watch it. I tried to watch it, but I don't know what it was that didn't let me. Like, I guess because I've watched like several other movies, and you just see a certain level of acting that when I went to watching that one, it just was like, okay. And then, Lord, don't let my wife be there. She do not be having mercy. I be trying to see like the art in it, try to understand the culture, try to understand the budget. But my wife, she be like, oh my goodness, what is this? Oh my god, this is terrible. Oh, this acting is bad. Oh my goodness. Can you turn this off? Do you have headphones? Like she just make it worse. So then that make me look at it even more deeper, like, oh yeah, that was kind of, woo, they should have worked on that line a little more. And so then you see that, and it's kind of like, but then that doggone Jonathan could act now. Look like he took some good acting class. That Jonathan could act. So now we got one of these situations where, for as a man, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if Meagan, if she could possibly be thinking that her trajectory is like this because of being Tyler Perry typecast now. So like a Steven Spielberg and all these other whoever, Fuqua and Lee and whoever the directors might not want to work with her because now she is seen as a Tyler Perry actress. And so I don't know if she could be thinking like going like this. So let me get with this man who could possibly end up going like this. But it's like if Will Smith kind of fell off, if Martin Lawrence kind of fell off to where they had to come back and do Bad Boys too, but yet we ain't seen them in really no other box office hits. And black male actors with longevity, we basically just seeing, like the Denzel Washington, maybe Samuel Jackson did Lawrence Fishburne, and a couple of the guys have passed away. And so it's not a whole lot of black men that stay in there with longevity either. Like even like with Michael B. Jordan, like he pretty decent actor, but we haven't really seen him in a whole lot outside of stuff that his friend has directed. Like we really ain't seen him in a whole lot, Black Panther and stuff, but his homeboy did that. His homeboy did that in Creed, but his homeboy did that, the guy, Ryan Coogler. But we really ain't seen him in too much outside of that. So it's like they don't really create a lot of spaces for us, for a lot of us to have that representation. So it's like on a relationship side of things, it kind of, and when you don't see that look, like Meagan look and John look, you don't see that all the time, like two very opposite looks that we don't see like in the middle school hallways, in the high school hallway, on the college, unless the man is a star athlete. We don't typically see, we normally see the pretty girl with the pretty boy. We don't see the muscular, masculine, strong, what you call that man, the black man who worked on the railroad in the cartoon or whatever, like the strong type of big muscular man with the little petite, pretty cheerleader. You don't always see that unless the man is a star athlete. And so that's the thing that I hope that, Jonathan and Meagan have real love, because and that it's not one of those type of situations, because that stuff, a lot of people don't admit it and realize it, but that stuff affects us. It affects us, and nobody really will admit it, but representation is real. So when these celebrity couples, you're going to have people in the comments who say, oh, I don't pay that attention. I don't let that stuff bother me. I don't pay attention to the celebrity couples. Congratulations. Do you want a cookie? Here go your cookie. Hush. We not trying to hear that. Because why you clicked on this video? And why are you in the comments? If you don't care nothing about celebrity relationships, then you will be too busy to be in the comments. So y'all stop doing that. Telling that lie. Trying to sound special. You do care. That's why you own this video. Thank you. So once you admit that, now you got the power to not be affected by it, because you admit that you love love. And when you see representation, love fails, that one of your roses die, that your heart hurts a little bit, because then you look and you say, well, man, I'm working on my 3 B's, brains, brand, body, and Meagan Good got the 3 B's, but she got left. So if Devon left Meagan, who appears to have the 3 B's, why am I trying to get a 6-pack of abs like Meagan if I still could get left? Why am I trying to build a brand like Meagan if I still could get left? Now, we don't really get to hear her talk all the time or anything like that, so we don't know where her mind is at, other than the Shannon Sharp interview, which I didn't get through that either. But I just be having stuff going on, so I didn't get through it. But Shannon think he's slick. Like, boy, it's because he like, oh, see, Shannon think he's slick. Oh, you like Jonathan Major? Yeah, y'all get Meagan on this show because if she like Jonathan Major, I'm Jonathan Major 2.0. I'm the real. Hey, what you think he would have went for in slavery? I would have went for double. And Shannon ain't wrong. He would have went for double now, because he bigger than Jonathan Major. So Shannon thought he was slick. Like, oh, that's what you like? Come on over there, girl. Come on this Shay. Your man ain't got no platform. The #1 interview platform on YouTube. Girl, I did Cat Williams. Girl, come on over here. Shannon was up there interviewing Meagan while he asking questions. So, yeah, you see how the chest jumping? I ain't got the chest like Shannon, so I can't make it jump like. So, he had that. So, yeah. So, what was the first acting role that you had? He was about to have a seizure, trying to flex. Had that shirt so tight. So, yeah. So, what was? So now Jonathan Major. Okay. I say, no, she don't want you, because she is a thespian. So she attracted to thespians. She don't want no country bumpkin just because you swole. It ain't just the muscles. It's the arts. Jonathan know how to ike. So now that's sexy to Meagan. It's like the ike. And Devon, he represented holiness. Good Christian man. But what Devon could not see, that I could see, is he looks like a very nice guy, very good guy. Growing up, we would call that type of guy like, hey, man, you a sucker. It just looked like the guy who could get finessed by the pretty hot and tempting woman. The sexy, seductive woman could finesse the nice, good church boy. And then have them just spending money, have them all that right there. And so that's what it looked like, to a lot of people. And it was like, oh, because Meagan said something one time, and y'all forgive me, my wife text me real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wife telling me about this guy who was fishing with his son and went viral. Fishing with old dad. That's pretty cool. And and so that's what it looked like. Like, you might be getting finesse. And then, they go through the situation. Oh, Meagan said, she was like, and I told him, I saw this little clip of an interview, and she said, and I told him I can't be in any of his movies because I don't want anybody thinking that that's why I got with him. I said, she said the quiet part out loud. Because that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I said, girl, you called it. I said, girl, okay. I said, girl, you said exactly what I was thinking. Cause I'm like, Devon don't look like your type. And I be out here now. That don't look like your type. So why is you with him? Cause they seen this man in Hollywood with this power. And at that point, she really wasn't getting a lot of moves. I think somebody say she was in Austin Powers or something like that. But or something, I don't know. But so when I seen that, I'm like, and I saw, Devon like a big wig out there in Hollywood. Like we really ain't see a lot of black men in Hollywood behind the camera except for Will Packer. Like other than that, it wasn't a lot of representation out there. Then Ryan Coogler, came and Tyler Perry, he in front of the camera, but he wasn't really making like real movies. He was kind of making like caricature, Sambo type movies is how they see Madea, how the white folks see it, like, oh, this modern day Sambo. Even though it was some lessons in there and all us be quoting Madea, it was kind of deep, but just same old sad black stories. But Devon was kind of like more in like real movies, like the Karate Kid 3. I don't know what his role was, but it was like this brother here connected, the brother tied in. And then here you go see him with a struggling actress. Like it would have been different if he got with like, Viola Davis or like Octavia Spencer or like what the lady name or somebody who really was like on and popping. Then it'd be like, oh, okay, they're a power couple. But when he got with Meagan, it was like, do she want love or do she want some help? And it was just kind of confusing. And then when she said that out loud on the interview, and then he jump out there, nope. And I said, nope, we are gonna do that. It's nothing wrong with you being in my movies or me making connections for you. I say, oh, so you happy to be? All right, I'm gonna stay on out of it. Let me hush. And then the next thing you know, okay, book deal, all that. I said, all right. And I'm like, nah, brother be preaching now, don't he? And then I'm like, and then somebody said, make good, you smoke cigarettes. Now, see, me personally, if a woman ever had a cigarette in her mouth, if I'm a single man, I don't care if she don't smoke no more. It's just something about your personality if you smoke cigarettes. That's off the list for me. But I don't know if that was true. Just somebody said that. I don't know if that was true that she used to smoke cigarettes, but I could have never, if that was true, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I just didn't know if it was true, but I was like, okay, I commend that brother. And so now you see this right here. And the downside about this is that these women have to live out their relationship lives in front of everybody. Like I know women in real life who have had far, far, far more relationships than these celebrities that we see, like Kim Kardashian and like a Meagan Good or these people, Sierra. But they stuff is on Front Street. And so we get to sit back and nitpick and discuss them and talk about them. And it's unfortunate, but much is given, much is required. Like you can't be in the spotlight if you don't want to be talked about and analyzed and scrutinized and all of that. So it's just one of those things. But I will say, just in all honesty, I'm hoping the best for Meagan Good. And Jonathan Majors. And I think it'll be dope if they get a big movie. Like if he get back into the DC Marvel stuff and like she get to be like the villain, cause she, she built like a superhero, like the super women and the super cat woman and all of that. Like she got that type of body type naturally. Not saying that she don't work for it, but I mean that's her body type. So they could put her over there in the villain and let him be over here doing this, and they get to be on set together for how many ever days or months it take to film, and they getting to do that. And I think that'll be great for us as Black people to see that kind of representation and see them become a power couple. And so I'm a realist and I'm also an optimist. And I just, even though I say what I see and I'm just evaluating it, I still hope the best because I love and I want to see them win. But I just analyze and just see what I see and just share it out here publicly and try to relate it to real life. But I also want to say to the women that if you are a woman and you are seen as beautiful and fit and fabulous and successful, don't overlook that authentic, real man. Like it may not show up the exact same way. Like them clothes that Jonathan be wearing could cost thousands of dollars. Like we don't know, but it may not look like that. Like it may be a guy who he wears his pants at his navel and he tucks his shirt in and he got his belt tight, so tight to where it kind of put that pleat, that little bunch in the pants. And he got on some of them brown scuffy shoes too. And you just like, okay, all right. Who dressed you? Did you get dressed in the dark? My goodness, what do this man got on? And that's your initial feeling. But you get to talking to him and he really sweet. Like he opened doors. He asking you about your weekend. He talking to you. He sit down at lunch with you at the job. Y'all eat lunch together. He paid for your lunch. Like, get a man a chance. Like, yes, it may not be the same, because what Jonathan be wearing is actually fashionable. And I'm going to send a picture to my wife and ask her if she could do a Google image and find me one of them outfits, because I want to put it on and just see if it make me feel a way. I want to see, like, do I feel like a slave? Do I feel like, what would you call that? Rustic elegance? Do I feel farm chic? Like I want to see what it feel like, because your clothes give you a certain feeling. So it might be cool. Might get a lot of compliments, because the boy dressed like that too, which he could have been inspired by Kanye West or the other boy. Is it Shia LaBeouf, who play in Transformers? He dressed like that. And I remember I think I heard Kanye say he saw how Shia dressed and he went to Shia's house and went to his closet and just like raided his whole closet. Like, can I? But it's like Shia's ancestors was not a slave. So the outfit is not really triggering for Shia. His ancestors did not get freed, unless he have ancestors that went through something like that, which could be. I don't know his origin, but I didn't know. But what I'm saying is these men that are celebrities, they the macro to the micro. Like, it's men like this in the real world that have that unedged hairline. Like, it ain't just crisp, it just grow. And so it's a little longer over here than over here, and it's just a natural hairline that just grow. It ain't all that right there. It just do what it do. And in this picture here, look like Jonathan had him a little edge up. He got the little box top, and boy, he cheesing. I know he an actor, but that's still a big old cheese. That cheese there is too hard to really fake that. And now her, Lord bless her, that pitch right there on Entertainment Tonight, Lord bless her. And so I'm just hoping that it work out. Like I really hope the best for them, and she just a happy. She this one he'll say, uh-huh, Pastor, you thought I was gonna be desolate. You thought I was gonna be destitute. Cause she did the she lick her tongue out. She licking her tongue out and winking. Now, when a woman lick that tongue out like that in public, that mean that behind closed doors, it be some sin going on. If they ain't married, cause I ain't hear them talk about no weight. Jonathan, they probably be having that old slave shack. Love making it there, boy. But you see, even though he got a cool suit on, you see that little tie bow he got on, that little Western. And then see, he got that tattoo back there on his neck trying to hide that hood. That's the hood there now, John. What you trying to do? So you see, he's like a, what y'all call it, a juxtaposition, anomaly. But it's just when you really, truly look at his features, and all of that, just like the strong face black man with the square versus the oval or the round, a lot of times we don't get those brothers in the everyday world with no millions. A lot of times we don't get those brothers, they just do. A lot of times them brothers get overlooked for the pretty boy. And I know some women are attracted to that Jonathan Majors look, but I want you to know that majority of y'all that be in the comments talking about how fine he is, when I say majority, I mean 99% of you do not look like Meagan Good. God bless you. I'm not saying she look better than you. I'm just saying you look different than her, is what I'm saying. So don't just, so you be proving the point without me telling you, like, listen, you and Meagan don't look the same. And now some people will they'll go Google a fake picture just to be in the comments arguing, just to have a bad and different spirit. So what I'm saying is, to take the lesson from this right here, is love can happen in a lot of different ways, a lot of different shades, a lot of different body types, a lot of different seasons. You might meet a man who coming out of a Jonathan Major seasons, done lost his job, done went through a court case. But if his heart is right, his heart is pure, don't look too deep at his past. No, don't. If his present is not indicative of his past, or the result or representation of his past, and he growing, he healing, he changing, take a little time, get to know him, because this is why we having fewer relationships, because everybody want everything to look cookie cutter. Everybody want everything to look perfect, when that's just not reality. It may not. So I've learned and I've grown to realize, like, let me not judge this woman who is dating this inmate, because he may be more healed and more evolved than the men in the free world that she meeting. Maybe him being in that cage behind them bars is why the cage birds sing, and he has healed. Because there's some men who come out of prison and they are light years ahead of men who've been in the free world while they were locked up. Like, I know men who have come out of prison a better man, and they way ahead of men who've never stepped foot even in a jail cell. And it's because that time to sit down and to be with themselves and to have to think and pray and read and grow, they were forced to confront themselves, and they in a better situation. A man who has a domestic violence charge in his past, who have gone, I know men who have domestic violence charges in their past. And they now today are a better man than men who have never put hands on a woman. But it's that situation that was tried by the fire. It purged them. It changed them. It made them a new man. And so I say that to say, you got to understand that. Y'all forget me telling my wife real quick. Um, you know, it changes the man. It makes him better. And the same thing with a woman. Like, if you're a man watching this, you might meet a woman who has a child or 2 kids or 3 kids, who has 2 child's fathers, and you get to know her, and you look at her story, and you study her story, and you see, like, man, this was just like a series of unfortunate events. Like, her heart is golden. She is absolutely amazing. Like, her sense of humor. But you'll just look at her and be like, oh no, she done had 2 kids from 2 different men, 2 different, oh, absolutely not. I can't do it. When really, those was 2 frauds, 2 dummies who tried to clip her wings. And she, being loving and gullible and naive, gave her body to them, was with each of them for 5+ years, was in real relationship, real committed relationship, but was taken advantage of, was taken for granted, was mistreated, and she found the strength to walk away. But you can mess around and get with her, and y'all hit it off, and her 2 kids become Serena and Venus Williams because of your presence. They become Michelle Obama, whoever you look up to. And because of your presence as a man, being in their life, he becomes LeBron James because of your presence in his life. And this woman love you like none other. But if we just take and judge people because they dress like 12 years a slave, or because they used to smoke cigarettes, or because they done been through a divorce or something like that, you could miss out on your person. And so that's why I'm hoping the best for Jonathan and Meagan. And y'all give me a call if y'all start to go through. I'll sign the NDA and we'll talk about it. John, you want to put the gloves on because I made you mad with the video and you want to recreate Creed 3. I'll get in there with you, man, if it's going to get your respect to where we could sit down and work on and make sure that marriage succeed. I'll get in there with you. And y'all, I was just joking about being scared of John and gonna run. Listen, I ain't scared of now, man. You hear me? Well, man, hey, everybody gonna have a time with me. You hear me? Listen, you gonna have a time with me. So I get in there with John. You got to show me you can whoop me, because I just can't see it. Like, I have to feel it. And I'll be getting up off the canvas. Oh, he showed me now. Woo, I couldn't see that. I guess all the power ain't in the mind. They talking about manifest. I manifested off this canvas. I thought off in the manifest of victory. But no, hey, John, you see this now. Talk to Jake Paul, man. Let's get on that card, because I'm just trying to make $1 million, man. I get in there with you. Mike Tyson got in there with Jake Paul, man. I get in there with you. Be like, hey, man, you keep running your mouth about me talking about 12 years a slave, man. Let's line it up. Hey, as long as I got a guaranteed purse, a guaranteed million, I'm in there. But hey, God bless y'all. Keep your head up. I hadn't said a word to my wife, thinking she was gonna let it slide. She went, not quite a word. I use the word randomnimity. That just means randomness, but randomnimity. New word. Might be a word, might not be. We're gonna use it, sound good. Hey, y'all, I'm working on got my homeboy wife she told me she gonna do the shirts that say "Y'all forgive me," and it's just something for you to wear because you got a spirit of lateness and you showing up to the family reunion late on T-shirt day on Friday at work. You always 15 minutes late. Just wear your shirt. Y'all forgive me. T-shirt day at the church and you be losing your wig with the Holy Spirit. Just have your shirt. Y'all gotta forgive me. No, it say y'all gotta forgive me. That's y'all idea. I'm gonna just put it on my Etsy. Shopify be charging too much, man. I'm put it on my Etsy. And then I got one of my clients say she want to do a consistency line, like design the own line. And so she want to try it out for free to just kind of see like something she want to try. So when she designed a line, I'm gonna get the site redone. Consistencygear.com, I think is the site, and we get the site redone and launch the line. So y'all stay tuned. Hopefully we get to do that in 2025. And even if she don't do it, I'm gonna do it and launch a little something. But I just ain't been wanting to spend the money. I was about to do the consistency hoodies for the winter. Have a little consistency on there, black hoodies, so you can go out in the cold, in the snow or whatever, up under your bomber jacket. And but I just ain't been wanting to spend the money because I'm gonna tell you, like, folks over there in China, they done up them prices. They have upped them prices. I think they trying to make up for what they have lost because we kind of have in a recession. So a lot of small businesses that order from China have gone out of business. And then what they've been saying to me, they telling me like, they saying that order now before the prices go up with the tariffs. They done heard about Trump doing the tariffs. So they already up on game. Like as soon as he won the election, I was in Alibaba with my people that I be ordering stuff from, like this shirt and stuff like that. With my people I be ordering from, they was like, hey, you better place your order now before them prices go up. Cause the price is going up after January 20th. I'm like, you serious? The man really finna raise my prices? Like, come on now, man. Messing with my business now. I'm trying to eat. Now I'm trying to create business. You got my Chinese scared. My Chinese over there like, man, listen, hurry up and order, man. You better place all your order for them prices go up. I'm like, come on now, Trump. Don't raise them doggone tariffs. Like, let us get our stuff in here, man. Come on now. So we ain't got to fly over there and then be trying to sneak 100 shirts back in a luggage and get caught at the border like Brittany Griner. And then I got to sit my behind over there in the Chinese jail for trying to smuggle across the line. It's like, come on now. And they already done raised the prices. The lady was like, yeah, it's more expensive than the last time you ordered. I'm like, what in the world? How you going up and the economy going down? That don't make no sense, ma'am. So I don't know. And then one of my little workers got fired. Talking about she got removed for her post she made. I'm like, I wonder what that post said. I wonder if she went to talking about the tariffs, Trump and the tariffs. They call them Tariff Trump. Or something they calling them. I say, wow. So it's like they replacing workers. They feeling recession. Workers getting released. Got the new workers that they translation bad. The lady was calling me cheap. She talking about, why are you so cheap? I said, hold on, man. Can you put that back in Mandarin and re-say that? Because you're getting out of hand. But I think what she was saying is like, why do you want a cheap shirt? And I'm like, ma'am, listen, for what you charge, I can go up the street in America and get that. I'm trying to come to you for the low. I thought you supposed to be the plug now. Trying to go across the water like Frank Lucas to the plug you charging. Like I might as well go up to the t-shirt man up the street in America. So guess what? We about to be US made and just have to pay a little more because they finna try to shut that down. At least that's what the Chinese saying. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. But y'all forgive me, we just went over just talking about that. Just kind of hit me, just letting you know what's coming. But if you got this far, make sure you mark your calendar for November 29th, 10 a.m. Got some new courses coming out. They're gonna bless your spirit, but just do me one favor and just go get through the whole course. Just do one course a day. Don't try to do all 7 courses in one day. Do one course a day. Get your notebook, pause the course, take your notes, and really apply it. Like I'm trying to tell you, like I be trying to tell y'all, what I'm giving you is a 7-figure blueprint. What I'm giving you is what changed my life. It's not rocket science. So I think a lot of times people get the course for $29 and they think, how can $29 make me millions? And they think that, but that's the way Jesus gives. The grace and the redemption and the love that Jesus gives is like a $29 course that can make you millions, that could change your life. And so I give and I sell in the same way, Christ-like. I could charge $1,000 and play on the people who think the more you pay, the more you get. I could do that. But I'm not that type of person. I don't believe in doing that when I could let it go for a lot less, because I'm just doing the work one time. I done already accomplished what I done accomplished. It's not like that I need that this gonna make and break me. So it's like I'm already a made man. So I don't have to charge $1,000 for the knowledge that has earned me millions, or that has changed my life, or that has saved my marriage, or saved my children. I don't have to charge all that for it like a lot of other course creators do. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that just because you finna come up on a 7-course bundle for $203 that it ain't worth nothing, and you just could buy it to pat yourself on the back and feel productive and self-loving or self-developing, but then don't go through the courses. Every time you have a day off, sit down, pick a course, get a notebook, go through the course, and then implement what you just heard. Activate and watch what happened in your life. Then come back and give me the testimony. And I'm seeing people that's activating, and there's people that is activating from places without the resources. They have no team, they have no mentor, they have no real help in their family and their friend group, and they have made millions. I got clients that I know personally have made millions by just believing in themselves and activating and making it happen. So stop sitting back and comparing yourself to other people and waiting on stuff to fall in your lap, and be ready and willing to do the work and watch what happens. Hey, this Tony Gaston. God bless you. Got to get on out of here. It's 8:30 on a Saturday. I'm still at the office. Went to the soccer game today. I'm going to get on home and let my wife talk my head off. God bless you. We'll talk soon.